We're going to hold it till midnight tonight, and I'll see what the inventory looks like tomorrow, Alex.
So you are starting to get low, Ted.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's only so much I could buy back when the prices were low like that. So
800-686-2237. 800-686-2237. Ted, thank you so much.
Thank you, Alex.
We'll be right back. Stay with us.
We're on the march. The Empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now, new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365. Hello, friends. This is Alex Jones. You've heard me talk about Cal-Ben 5-star soaps for years. This is an American-made product of the highest quality and compares to nothing you will find in stores. You can buy factory direct, shipped via UPS right to your door. Check them out on the web at 5starsoap.com or call 800-340-7091. Take my word for it. Once you've used Pure Soap, you won't buy anything else. Since 1947, Cal-Ben Soap Company has been showing consumers that soap can be tough on dirt and gentle on the environment. Buy American and stay clean, as well as support InfoWars. Visit 5starsoap.com today or call 1-800-340-7091. Well, Marty, what do you have to say?
As founder and owner for over 63 years, satisfaction is guaranteed or double your dirt back. Call us at 1-800-340-7091 for a free catalog or visit our website, 5starsoap.com. Thank you.
Listen up, friends. This is Alex Jones with key information. The mainstream media is now admitting that we're going into a depression. Don't be dependent on the government for you and your family. You need to get your own supply of high-quality storable foods from efoodsdirect.com. They're the best company out there, the longest continually operating, with a ton of great food to choose from. It's all fresh, made on a monthly basis, not some old cruddy food they're selling you like some of the other guys. Try their new evacuation pack, a 2-week supply of delicious, easy-to-fix food. It comes with all the equipment you need to prepare it. With open talk of a strike on Iran in the next 3 months, the crisis in the Gulf, and possible evacuations, get yourself and your family ready today. The place to go is efoodsdirect.com. Go to their website online right now, efoodsdirect.com/Alex, or call 800-409-5633. Again, on the web, efoodsdirect.com/Alex, or give them a call at 800-409-5633. We're going to be talking to Pastor Stephen Anderson here in just a moment. Here are the headlines. Tempe pastor cleared in checkpoint confrontation. News 5. Pastor files civil suit against Border Patrol. That's out of My Fox Phoenix. Here's another one. Pastor acquitted Interstate 8 checkpoint incident. So we'll be discussing all of that with him in a moment from Arizona. But first, dealing with high treason by the federal government. And I've had members of Congress on, I've had sheriffs on who agree this is treason or borders on treason. It also violates the 9th Amendment, as well as the 11th. The First Amendment they passed after the first 10 said foreign powers or corporations cannot induce the federal government to sue a state or individual on behalf of a foreign power or individual. And who does the federal government say they're suing on behalf of? The illegal aliens. The illegal aliens, ladies and gentlemen, that are turning Arizona into a police state. The crime is the highest in the country for kidnapping and carjacking now, even going past Los Angeles. The majority of people in the county jails in that area are illegal aliens. They can use any alias they want, operate however they want. And then meanwhile, we've caught the Border Patrol under federal orders harassing Hispanic, white, black, and Asian citizens who are clearly citizens. And they put these checkpoints 10 miles, 50 miles, 80 miles, under federal regulations, in some cases 100 miles, like in Vermont and other areas, where they search citizens and wave the illegals through. Pastor Anderson's driving through. They walk over and say, the dog alerted on drugs. He said, there was no dog. Bring it out. They said, no. Drug him out of his car, beat him up really bad on video, and then charged him. You got to love how they charge you with resisting them when they're beating you. And look, I know the Border Patrol have got some of the toughest jobs. I actually know some Border Patrol agents, and I mean, tell you, it's tough. They're outnumbered, outgunned. They're not allowed to, have high-powered weapons to defend themselves. They're being killed. And I have some reports here dealing with this, where it's saying record suicides by Border Patrol agents. Border Patrol sees rise in suicides. Texas U.S. Border Patrol agents are killing themselves, same thing in Arizona, in greater numbers after nearly 4 years without one suicide. Records obtained by the Associated Press show that at least 15 agents have taken their own lives since February 2008, the largest spike in suicides the agency has seen in the last 20 years. It's unclear exactly why the men ended their lives. Few left notes. The federal officials insist the deaths have nothing to do with the agency or its increased volatility on the U.S.-Mexican border. Yeah, it has nothing to do with that. Continuing here, and this is what's really serious. This is Cyber News Service. Arizona Sheriff. Border Patrol has retreated from parts of border because it's, quote, too dangerous. Sheriff Larry Denver of Cochise County, Arizona, one of the 4 Arizona counties contiguous with the U.S.-Mexican border, said Friday that the U.S. Border Patrol has pulled back from parts of the border and has neighboring counties because manning those areas has become too dangerous. And the feds, of course, a month ago put up signs saying, don't go into these areas for citizens, national parks, state parks, major highways. It's too dangerous. So this country is being conquered by the drug cartels and the Mexican troops. He says, and you frankly have Border Patrolmen, and I know this from talking to Border Patrol agents, who will not allow their agents to work on the border because it's too dangerous. Denver told CNS News in a videotaped interview. Now, what kind of message is that, for crying out loud? And if you dare pull over a drunk driving illegal, and when they ask for the ID, they're illegal, you don't dare take them to jail. But citizens you can beat the hell out of, and nobody gets in trouble. Meanwhile, U.S. may sue Arizona Sheriff Arpaio for not cooperating in investigation. And they're also trying to sue him for enforcing immigration laws. And you can say what you want about Arpaio, but he is enforcing the law. The federal government is giving awards to 860-plus cities. When I saw Vicente Fox do it 5 years ago in Austin, it's in my mini-film. It's an expanded extra of my film Endgame, Blueprint for Global Enslavement. It's called Battle for the Republic. It's an 18-minute, 17-minute film where we show Vicente Fox giving awards to Wells Fargo, the city of Austin, and the state for accepting consular matricula cards that are as fake as something you get in a Cracker Jack box and not enforcing against illegals. When cops see a citizen, they're told, take the gloves off. When they see an illegal, get down on your knees, lick boots. So federal investigation of controversial Arizona sheriff known for tough immigration enforcement has intensified in recent days, escalating the conflict between Obama administration and officials in the border state. Justice Department officials in Washington have issued a rare threat to sue Maricopa County Sheriff Joe Arpaio if he does not cooperate with their investigation of whether he discriminates against Hispanics. The civil rights inquiry is one of 2 that target the man who calls himself America's toughest sheriff. A federal grand jury in Phoenix is examining whether Arpaio has used his power to investigate and intimidate political opponents, whether his office misappropriated government money, sources say. So they're now persecuting local elected police, local elective sheriffs, he's not the only one, who are trying to defend this country from a lawless crime wave. Now, I want to go to our guest, Pastor Steven Anderson. And again, here's the headline. Tempe pastor cleared in checkpoint confrontation. AP. A jury has acquitted Tempe pastor charged with failing to obey officers' instructions as a U.S. border checkpoint near Yuma. The jury also cleared Stephen Anderson of the Faithful Word Baptist Church of obstructing a highway during the April 2009 incident at the Interstate 8 checkpoint. They had him pulled off. Both charges are misdemeanors. A Border Patrol agent questioned Anderson about his citizenship, but he refused to answer, saying it was his constitutional right to remain silent. Yeah, you have to pull someone over for speeding, broken tail light, weaving. You have to have probable cause, which the Arizona law said. You have to have first contact for something else. You don't just stop all the traffic and demand to search vehicles. And they wanted to search his vehicle. It's all on video. We'll play some of that in the background for PrisonPlanet.tv viewers while he's talking. You can watch the full audio at Infowars.com. And they drug him out and beat the living daylights out of him. So we now go to Pastor Stephen Anderson. Pastor, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
You got a lot more courage than most people. You stood up to them for your Fourth and Fifth Amendment. You wouldn't answer their questions after they tried to do the fake alert with the dog. Then you stood up, went to court, faced the music, won, and you're suing them. If more people did this, the Bill of Rights will be alive and well. Pastor Anderson, we appreciate you being a champion of liberty. Recap what happened in the whole saga and the latest developments.
Sure, I'll just quickly recap what happened. Basically, I pulled up to the checkpoint, and they're stopping every single person. And they asked me if I was a U.S. citizen. I just asked them if I was free to leave. They ended up coming up with, about a minute later, well, this dog alerted to your vehicle, and so we have to search you, therefore you can't leave. And there was a standoff for about an hour and 15 minutes of me just standing my ground.
And you pointed out that the dog did not alert on you.
I told them that I did not believe that the dog alerted, and I asked them to bring the dog back out and show me or provide some evidence, which they refused to do. After an hour or so, the state police show up, tell me I'm under arrest. They asked for the dog to be brought out, too, because when I explained it to them, they thought that was pretty reasonable. The Border Patrol refused to bring the dog back out. They broke out my windows, tasered me, maliciously shoved my face in broken glass, and I had to go to the hospital, get 11 stitches, spend the night in jail for these 2 misdemeanor charges that they trumped up, which the jury found me not guilty of both. Now, an interesting thing that came out in the trial was that they brought in an expert witness that actually had taken part in the training of this particular dog, and he was an expert on both DPS and Border Patrol canines, and he stated that after watching the video that the dog did not alert, but that it was just on the verge of alerting or on the fringe. It was about to alert or thinking about alerting, but that an alert would have consisted of the dog sitting down by the vehicle, which it never sat down.
Well, the Border Patrol, I want you to go over this some more, it has more, from what I've read, more professional dogs. They don't just give them biscuits every time they false alert as a pretext to search, but a lot of state police, a lot of local police are like Roscoe Pico trained. They get Flash out of the car. Flash gets a biscuit every time he alerts, and they just use it to search everybody's cars and get around the Fourth Amendment and probable cause. But the expert in the trial said that the dog from the video appeared to begin to think about alerting, but didn't alert.
Exactly right, and that was the prosecutor's witness. We did not call any witnesses. All we did was cross-examine the state's witnesses, and their own witness explained that the dog was on the verge of alerting, but that it did not fully alert. It did not technically alert, which, of course, they said over and over, the dog alerted, the dog alerted. That was their pretext for searching me, and it turned out that that's why they didn't want to bring the dog back out, because they weren't confident that it was going to alert because it had never alerted.
You're like Paul from the Bible. You don't just have a church. You're a construction company guy. You're a construction worker. So you told me previously you're driving through these all the time. They know you.
Well, I've driven through over 300 times. I'm not sure if they knew me or not because I've never seen the same guy twice because they cycle them through these checkpoints, and I've literally been through over 300 times. I'm not exaggerating, and yet I've never seen the same agent twice. So I don't really know whether they'd heard my reputation from YouTube or whatever, but I'm not really sure.
Do you think this was retribution that they were persecuting you because you'd posted a whole bunch of YouTube videos of you arguing and saying no successfully previously, correct?
Right, and they did say to me while I was there in the Border Patrol trailer, after they'd beaten me and my face was bloodied up, they said, well, you didn't win this time. You're not going to put this on YouTube because we won this time. And they were kind of rubbing my nose in it, as it were. So,
well, let's talk about that because, I mean, watching the video.